Nobody is coming to save you. Get up and work now. Welcome to Dr. Eric T. Motivation Corner. Nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not the government, not your boss, not luck, not motivation. You keep waiting for the right moment, waiting to feel ready, waiting for support, waiting for someone to believe in you. But let me tell you something you don't want to hear. You are not stuck. You are comfortable, and comfort is killing you. You wake up tired, but you weren't building anything last night. You were scrolling 0.2 hours on your phone, 0.30 minutes, just checking something. One more video, one more game, one more excuse. Then you say, I just need a break. From what? You haven't built anything yet. Look at your habits to be honest. You say you want success, but your actions scream average. You say you want money, but you avoid discipline. You say you want respect, but you don't respect your own time, and you're waiting for someone to fix that? Nobody is coming. Let me calm it down for a second. Think about this. Every successful person you admire, they had a moment when they realized, if I don't change, nobody will change it for me. That moment changed everything. This is that moment for you, right now. You keep telling yourself, I'll start Monday. I'll start next month. I just need motivation. No, you need ownership. Because when you truly understand that nobody is coming, you stop waiting, you stop blaming, you stop explaining, you start working. Let me expose something to you. You're not overwhelmed, that you're under-disciplined. You don't lack opportunity. You lack urgency. You don't lack information. You lack execution. Micro story. You said you were going to wake up at 5 a.m. Alarm rings. You hit snooze point, 10 minutes point, 20 minutes point, 30 minutes. You lost the battle before the day even started. And you think, success is coming to knock on your door. Success doesn't knock. IT responds to effort. IT responds to sacrifice. IT responds to consistency. And you haven't been consistent. Let me ask you something, that if your life doesn't change in the next 5 years, whose fault is that? Your teacher, your parents, your job, or you? Be honest. Because the moment you blame something outside of you, you give your power away. And we people give power away. Winners take it back. You don't need saving, you need standards. Raise your standards. Stop accepting late nights with no progress. Stop accepting weak excuses. Stop accepting average effort. Because average effort creates average results, and average results create regret. Here's the truth. Nobody owes you success. Nobody owes you money. Nobody owes you a dream life. If you want it, earn it. You scroll past people winning. You say, it must be nice. No, IT must be hard. Hard mornings, hard choices, hard sacrifices. They didn't wait for someone to save them. They built themselves brick by brick while you were entertained. Calm down. Focus. Imagine this, that you're 35 years old. You look back, same job, same excuses, same habits, and you remember this moment, this exact moment, when you heard the truth and ignored it. That regret will hurt more than discipline ever will. Nobody is coming to push you. Push yourself. Nobody is coming to wake you up. Wake yourself up. Nobody is coming to make you disciplined. Build it. Every day, every hour, every choice. You don't need a rescue. You need responsibility. The second you take responsibility, your life changes direction. Let me turn up the intensity. Stop acting like a victim. You live in a time with unlimited access, free education, free knowledge, free opportunity, but you choose free entertainment instead. That's not oppression, that's preference. And your preferences are shaping your future. You want to know why you're stuck? Because you're waiting for a feeling. Discipline is not a feeling, it's a decision. Made daily, made tired, made bored, made unmotivated. Say it with me, nobody is coming. Nobody. That means it's on you. And that should scare you. But it should also empower you. Because if nobody is coming, that means your success is in your hands, not theirs. This is the line in the sand. Either you continue waiting or you get up and work. Right now, not tomorrow, not Monday, not when you feel like it now. You don't need help. You need hard to still here. Good. That means something inside you is uncomfortable. That means something inside you knows this is real, that let's go deeper. Nobody is coming to save you. Oh, why are you still acting like someone is? Why are you still moving like there's a backup plan? Why are you still treating your goals like hobbies? You don't treat Netflix like a hobby. You don't treat scrolling like a hobby, that you're consistent with distraction, but inconsistent with growth. Let's slow this down. You say you want success. Okay, define it. Money, freedom, respect, impact, whatever it is, your current habits are not aligned with it. And alignment matters, because you don't get what you want, you get what you repeat. Micro story. You said you were going to hit the gym. You even bought the membership. First week, strong. Second week, tired. Third week, I'll go tomorrow. Fourth week, you stop showing up. Now you say, I just don't have time. No, you don't have discipline. Time didn't disappear. Your commitment did. Listen carefully. Your life right now is a reflection of your standards, not your dreams. Your standards that if you tolerate laziness, you become lazy, that if you tolerate excuses, you become weak, that if you tolerate average effort, you get average results. And average is crowded, very crowded. Let me challenge your ego. You think you're different. You think you have potential. You think you're meant for more. But what are you doing daily that proves that? Because potential without action is fantasy. And fantasy feels good, but it builds nothing. You don't need motivation. You need structure. You need routine. You need discipline so strong that even when your feelings are weak, your habits carry you. Right now, your feelings control you, that if you feel tired, you quit, that if you feel bored, you stop, that if you feel stressed, you escape, that's emotional weakness. And emotional weakness destroys long-term success. Let's talk about your phone. Be honest. How? Many hours a day? 3, 4, 5. That's over 1,000 hours a year, 0.1000 hours. You could learn a skill, start a business, get in shape, read 30 books, but instead, you watched other people win. You studied drama. You memorized trends. You became informed about everything except your own growth. And you're confused why your life isn't changing. Nobody is coming to stop acting like you have unlimited time. You don't. Your 20s are not a playground. They are a setup stage. Either you build now, or you beg later. That's the trade. There is no third option. Calm down for a second. Breathe. This is not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. Every day you wake up without intention. You drift, and drifting leads to regret, not success. You keep saying, I'm trying. Trying is weak language. You either do it, or you don't. You either wake up, or you snooze. You either work out, or you don't. You either build, or you scroll. Stop hiding behind soft words. Try doesn't build results. Execution does. Let's expose another truth, that you're scared. Not a failure of effort. Because effort removes excuses, that if you go all in and still fail, now it's real. Now you can't say, I could have done it. You'll know that, so you have tried. You stay safe, you protect your ego, and that ego protection is costing you your future. Micro story. Your friend started something, a channel, a brand, a side hustle. You laughed. Bro, that won't work. But deep down, you were afraid to try yourself. Because if they succeed, you have no excuse. Now you're watching them grow, and you're still thinking, planning, waiting. Nobody is coming to push it. Push yourself. You don't need someone to believe in you. You need to believe in yourself enough to move without applause. Because at the beginning, there is no applause. There is silence. There is doubt. There is loneliness. And that's where most of you quit. You don't quit because it's impossible. You quit because it's uncomfortable. Understand this. Comfort is expensive. That IT feels cheap now. but it charges interest later. Every day you choose comfort, you're borrowing regret from your future, and that bill will come due with interest. Let me raise the pressure. What if nothing changes? What if 5 years pass and you're still working on it, still planning, still watching, still complaining that that's not bad luck, that that's repeated weak decisions? You keep waiting for the perfect moment. There isn't one. You create momentum by moving, not by waiting. The first video won't be perfect. The first workout won't be perfect. The first business idea won't be perfect. But perfection is just procrastination in disguise, and you've been hiding behind it. You say, I don't know where to start. Start messy. Start scared. Start unprepared. But start, because the only thing worse than starting imperfectly is not starting at all. Let me ask you something. What's harder, working hard now or living with regret later? Choose your hard, because life is hard either way. Nobody is coming to fix your mindset. You build it. Nobody is coming to hand you discipline. You train it. Nobody is coming to give you confidence. You earn it through repetition, through failure, through consistency. Stop romanticizing. Struggle. Stop posting quotes. Stop talking about grind mode. Live it. When nobody sees you, when nobody claps, when nobody cares, that's where winners are built. You say you want freedom. Freedom requires responsibility. You can't be undisciplined and free. You'll self-destruct. That's why discipline comes first, then freedom. Not the other way around. Let's flip the perspective. Imagine you acted like someone was depending on you. Imagine your future kids were watching. Imagine your 40-year-old self was begging you. Would you still waste a night? Would you still scroll for 3 hours? Or would you get up and work? Nobody is coming. That's not depressing, that's powerful. Because it means you're in control, that if you're in control, you can change it today, not next year. Today, you don't need a new plan. You need a new standard, and a standard that says, I don't miss workouts. I don't waste mornings. I don't quit when it's boring. I don't break promises to myself. That's power. Keeping promises to yourself. Right now, you break them daily. And every broken promise weakens your self-trust. That's why you doubt yourself. Not because you're incapable, but because you've trained yourself to quit. Train yourself to finish. Train yourself to execute. Train yourself to endure discomfort. Because endurance builds identity, and identity builds destiny. Look at your circle. Are they pushing you or pacifying you? Do they challenge you or distract you? If your environment supports laziness, you will struggle to grow, because average energy is contagious, and so is ambition. Choose carefully. You don't need hype. You need habits. Hype fades, habits compound. Every single day, small disciplines stacked over time turn into massive results. But you quit before compounding happens, because you want instant proof, and growth doesn't work like that. Come again. This isn't about being extreme, it's about being consistent. Show up daily, even when it's boring, especially when it's boring, because boredom is where most people fold. And if you outlast boredom, you outlast competition. Nobody is coming to save your dream. Protect it. Feed it. Work for it. Sacrifice for it. Because if you don't, it dies quietly, and you'll wake up one day wondering what happened. Nothing happened. You didn't act. That means that something inside you is waking up. Now we stop talking. Now we build. Because understanding the truth means nothing if you don't act on it. Nobody is coming to This is where you rebuild yourself from the ground up. Step 1. Kill the old version of you, the version of you right now. It's comfortable, that is distracted. IT negotiates with discipline. That version cannot win. You don't upgrade that version. You replace it. Let's get real. You don't fix laziness. You remove it. You don't manage excuses. You eliminate them. You don't balance comfort. You reduce it, because comfort is the environment where weak habits grow. Micro story that it's 10 p.m. You know you should sleep early, but you say one more episode. Midnight hits. Now you wake up tired. Skip the workout. Rush the day. Blame the schedule. That 1 week decision created 5 more weak decisions. That's how average is built. Small weak choices. Repeated daily. That if you want to rebuild, you must become ruthless with your time. Ruthless, not extreme. Not dramatic. Ruthless. Meaning you protect your time like your future depends on it, because it does. Step 2. Build non-negotiable. Stop relying on motivation. That it's unreliable. Build non-negotiables. Things you do no matter what. Not when you feel good. Not when you're inspired, and no matter what. Example. You wake up at 6 a.m. No debate. No snooze. Emotional discussion in your head. Just movement. The alarm rings. You move. That's discipline. You train, not because you feel confident, but because confidence is earned after effort. You read, not because it's exciting, but because your mind needs strength like your body does. You work, even when nobody sees you, because your standard doesn't change based on attention, right? Now, your habits are emotional. When you feel good, you work. When you feel low, you quit. That's unstable. And unstable people cannot build stable success. Let's turn up the heat. You say you're tired, but you're not physically exhausted. You're mentally undisciplined. You're tired of fighting your own weak patterns because you never fully committed. Half commitment creates full frustration. Micro story. You start a project, 3 days in, excitement fades. You start looking at results. Why is this not blowing up? Because 3 days means nothing, but you stop anyway. Now you start something else, same pattern, different idea. That you're not stuck, that you're inconsistent. Step 3, rebuild your identity. This is where it changes. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your identity. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with discipline, you will struggle. If you see yourself as someone who tries, you will try, not execute. Change the identity. Say, I am disciplined. Then prove it daily. I am consistent. Then act like it. I am responsible. Then stop blaming. Identity first. Action second. Repetition third. Results last. Calm for a moment. Close your eyes and imagine this point 1 year from now. You didn't quit. You didn't restart. You didn't make excuses. You executed daily. Can you see it? Stronger body, sharper mind, better income, higher confidence. Now imagine the opposite. You stayed the same habits, same distractions, same excuses. Which future are you building right now? Because you're building one. Whether you realize it or not. Step 4. Embrace the offer to you. Avoid discomfort like it's danger. But discomfort is growth. Let that sink in. Growth feels like pressure. Growth feels like resistance. Growth feels like effort. That's why most people don't grow. They misinterpret discomfort as a stop sign. That it's not as a green light. Micro story. You speak up in class. Your voice shakes. You feel embarrassed. Next time, you don't raise your hand. You avoided discomfort, but you also avoided growth. Multiply that by years. Now you're 30. Still quiet. Still hesitant. Still afraid. Because you trained yourself to escape discomfort. You want confidence? Do hard things daily. You want resilience? Face rejection. You want discipline? Wake up when you don't want to. It's simple. Not easy. Simple. Step 5. Remove weak emphasis. Look at your environment. Your phone, your circle, your routine. If everything around you supports distraction, you will struggle to focus. Delete apps. Limit access. Create friction for bad habits. Make it harder to be weak. Make it easier to be strong. You say, but everyone does it. Everyone is average. You don't want average. Stop copying average behavior. Let's raise the intensity. Nobody is coming to remove your distractions. You remove them. Nobody is coming to organize your schedule. You organize it. Nobody is coming to push you to greatness. You push yourself. Step 6. Outlast don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the most talented. You need to be the most consistent. Most people quit early, outlast them. Most people get bored, stay locked in most. People look for shortcuts, take the long road, because the long road filters weak minds. Micro story point: two people start the same journey, both motivated, both excited. Month 1, equal. Month 3, one slows down. Month 6, one quits. Year 1, only one remains. That's it. Success often comes down to staying. And you haven't stayed long enough. Let's go deeper. You are addicted to quick dopamine, notifications, likes, messages, entertainment. Your brain craves stimulation, but discipline requires delayed gratification, which feels boring at first. Train your brain to enjoy the process, not just the reward. That's maturity. You don't need saving. You need structure. Wake up same time, train same time, work same time. Remove randomness, because randomness creates weakness. Structure creates power. You think discipline is restriction. It's freedom, because when you control yourself, nobody else can control you. Not your emotions, not your environment, not your circumstances. Calm. Let this sink in. The world does not reward potential. It rewards output. You could be smart, talented, creative, but if you don't execute, you are invisible. You're not behind. You're undisciplined. That's fixable. You're not unlucky. You're inconsistent. That's fixable. You're not incapable. You're comfortable. That's fixable, but only if you take ownership. Nobody is coming. Oh, what does that mean? It means when you feel tired, you move anyway. When you feel doubt, you act anyway. When you feel fear, you step forward anyway. That's how you rebuild. The old you look for motivation. The new you builds momentum. The old you waited for support. The new you creates proof. The old you blames circumstances. The new you adapts. This is the separation point. This is where average minds turn back and disciplined minds lock in. Which one are you? Be honest. You don't need more information. You need implementation. Stop consuming. Start producing. Stop watching. Start building. Stop planning. Start executing. Because at the end of the day, nobody is coming .no hero.no. Rescue.no miracle. Just you, your habits, your standards, your discipline. This is not about hype. This is about responsibility. You either take it or you live average. There's no middle ground.